The hard mode changes went into effect, so let's see what Kazuma can do now.
He has to make sure that he's delivering now. Even though his hit rate might have dropped, it comes down to those clutch moments for those players. They have to show up for their team if they need him the most. And well, it is going to be another Rocket Loon attack. We all knew already, this is something which Navi likes to do, the crazy fireball attacks. He is bringing a recall and 5 invis with 4 earthquakes, which means he's going for the Town Hall Carbon.
This is the attacker they definitely were trying to target here when building their base. So let's take a look at where he wants to place this Grand Warden, because of course they do a lot of testing as we see a Royal Champion with an Earthquake to the outside, pairing in the Rocket Spear. So he can take down the multi-archer tower, and then is he going to recall one of these, either the Queen or the RC here? Let's see. And oh, look at that. Can snipe the Eagle just like that. It recalls her.
Wow. That was just a genius play right there, because if he's going to deploy that Warden on the bottom left side now, he can easily get the fireball into that core. And with quite a few earthquakes, he should deal a lot of damage to this base.
Look at the funneling he has set so far. So if he can grab that Town Hall with a fireball, there it is. Earthquake, Earthquake. We have the Invis, Warden fireball, and hits it all. What a value from Kazuma.
That was incredible. The entire core is gone with this fireball. And now he has to make sure that he's getting the Town Hall as well. There is no Bitter Hunt though anymore, which could repair it.
Wow, incredible job right there. Now the Rocket Loons are going to continue around, still S13. Remember, he has the recalled RC. He can send her into the Town Hall since there it is, and he does exactly that. So she will come back to life with the Phoenix and help secure it.
That's right, first shot, second shot, and this means the Town Hall is going down. The second star is secure, and now his heroes with the Super Minions, with 10 more Rocket Loons remaining, should be able to overpower this base. The Super Minions are getting the first couple of defenses down, the air defense going down, and the Rocket Loons are coming in to finish things off.
Incredible attack. Even though Synchronic was trying to specifically target him, they wanted him to do a fireball. I don't think they thought of that plan against the base. That was so nice. And this is hard mode nonetheless, right?
That one looked so incredible. Just the multiple steps of, hey, okay, I will use the Royal Champion, I will use the Archer Queen to really set up this fireball. Instead of, like, I don't know, getting the fireball on a Bitter Hut close to the Town Hall. No, he's turning everything invisible to get the most out of that equipment and really delivering.
Getting the 3 stars. We take a look at time, but at this point, time most likely won't matter since we already do have 1 fail that did come in from Yada. But an incredible plan. They come up with these plans in such short time as we are jumping into a replay to show you. Look at this, using the Queen to the bottom side to set a funnel, using the RC to set the funnel on the other side so we can use the Invises to directly use the fireball, because remember, it goes to the nearest defense. So if the nearest defense is on the complete opposite side, it's gonna fly all the way across the base, and it got incredible value in the middle there.
I mean, that is just looking so satisfying. Every single time you see the fireball flying across, you know already this base is done. It's not going to see another day. This base is just gone, and that was what he did to that one. That was a beautiful plan, really setting up the equipment to shine, and it did.
Yeah, it was a perfect plan for the base, and next attacker is gonna be Philip. And when I asked him if he wasn't a Clash of Clans pro, what would he be? Well, he said he would be a chess pro. So he loves the strategy games, and he's got his mind prepared. So I'm excited to see what he can do, because he's also a very creative attacker. So he can bring literally anything in the game.
Yeah, but just seeing the first attacks of Synchronic, I think we know already what we might expect here. But I think we should find out and see if our prediction is right.
Philip had plenty of time for preparation this year, getting the very first golden ticket. Last year, He qualified with his team in the last chance qualifiers. So it was completely different experience, but he's learned a lot from it. And he's gonna take that into this attack here as it's gonna be Electro Titans with that queen to the far left side, gonna push into this town hall as we do have some Electro Titans right in the middle of where the queen and the siege barracks have been deployed. So he can continue his path right on through into the core as he does lure out some of this Clan Castle now.
Yeah, he's slowly making its way into that town hall compartment, and with a main push then to the far right side to make sure that he's avoiding that town hall explosion. The queen turned invisible, should take down the town hall no problem whatsoever, especially raged up with those healers. The clones and the queen itself should stay alive for quite some time. The warden ability keeps everything in the core alive, but he has to make sure that he's doing somehow a protection work off that single front tower.
Yeah, as that Monolith also is getting distracted by a skeleton spell. There's the King's Earthquake Boots and the Spiky Ball, opening up a ton of value in the core as Velks have now joined in the fight from the Siege Barracks. Continue around. He's nodding his head. He's kind of liking it so far. Royal Champion still has her ability, making his way to the backside with 5 Super Barbarians left. You hear the crowd, and it is looking good for Philip.
It is looking good indeed, and it really looks like that strategy is just so really good for them. I mean, the combination of, I don't know, just the support of the Electro Titans in the core with those Super Barbarians on the outside, it is not just consistent, but I think the attacks so far were pretty quick. I mean, even in like normal mode, you would consider those attacks not really the slowest, and this is just really impressive how they came up with this approach, and it seems to be, they just force it on every single base with some small adjustment. Hey, sometimes 3 Electro Titans, sometimes 2, sometimes they're bringing a Golem, for example, into the mix, but otherwise it is the same approach, and they're just so good with it.
They are. Not only are they amazing on the offensive side, also the defensive side. They've built over 100 bases, or even more, or actually probably even more than that. I think they trashed around 100 of them because they weren't up to their standards. They prepared so much for this, and they are ready to go, even though they were the very first team to come in with the golden ticket. But of course, the next attacker is going to be a fan favorite. We've got Stars ready to kick it off. He's known for his insane Lalo attacks, but will he be bringing that? Let's find out.
Will he bring his Lalo? That is the big question in the mind of many right now. And it is going to be. We're going to witnessing the Stars Lalo. One of the few players who's just so incredibly consistent. One of the players who just makes this strategy look like magic sometimes. And the question now is, can he get the value with his heroes he would like to get? It 6 lightnings to make sure that he can take down one of those little islands in the core of the base. And the Rage Tower already is gone.
He does grab that, and look at this King. He can continue his push into the section while the Queen, she charges into that Eagle artillery. And maybe, well, I was gonna say maybe uses the Warden with the RC, but I did notice that he didn't have the Hog Puppet. Typically when you send the Warden with the RC in a Lalo attack like this, you use your Warden ability to protect all the Hogs that spawn from the RC, but he's not doing that in this situation. So maybe the Warden goes air because it is also an Electro Owl on him.
Yeah, and he's trying to take down the air defense right now while the Phoenix is tanking with a couple of loons, so trying to make as good use of those hero pets as possible. The air defense is going down indeed, but the Queen is slowly approaching that Wood Giant Phone Tower. If he could take that out, that would be massive for him because splash damage always is not the greatest for Lalo.
And here we go with that Warden. Let's see if we have a Blimp going to pair in with that Warden Internal Tome. Some Headhunters to run for the defensive heroes. And the RC ability is used to the very top side, and indeed, we're going to see a Warden ability protect not only the balloons, protect the Lava Hound, protect the Blimp, everything as it splits off from the Grand Warden, and he's looking to get all this value as he indeed invests that Rage spell.
And he's going in with the Yeti Blimp, which means we have some Ice Golems getting lured out. Obviously, they're not going to attack those balloons, but they can delay things quite a bit. Another Hound with more lunar reinforcement from the right side. And now everything is coming down to this defending Archer Queen, but she's kind of struggling to keep up with it.
Yeah, the defending Queen is picking these balloons off one by one, so he's got a free. Sends in the Headhunters. He doesn't have a skeleton spell to deal with the enemy Queen, so the Headhunters with a perfect freeze takes her down. So these balloons can fly through, and it's gonna be a 3 star for Stars.
and it is just so incredible. Seeing him, how he deploys, how it reinforces those balloons, not trying to have too big group of, like, the groups getting too big, because this means splash damage, scatter shot. Red mines, for example, would be too big of a factor. No one said he's really only sending those 2 to 3 balloons on each defense, knowing how many he needs to really push the limits of this troop. And he's one of the only one being so good at it in this entire tournament.
Yeah, and I always recommend when you're trying to do a Lalo attack in Clash of Clans, trying to break the base down and have an L shape for the Lalo portion, for the balloons. But at this stage, and what Stars does, he can come in at every single different side, and at this skill, you can pull off almost anything. They really help teach us how to play the game. We learned so many strategies from them because they break it down, they save it for moments just like this. As now it's turn for Einstein. He's actually the youngest player for Synchronic, and he's ready. See if the unexperience here that he doesn't have, can he be able to deliver the 3-star? We only have one fail from Navi, and that could be the difference maker. Hopefully, let's see if Synchronic can keep the triples coming in.
That's really the big question, but we are already ready for the attack, so let's just jump right in.
And Einstein is ready. He's taking a deep breath. Sure, it's nervous here as his attack is unfolding. You do have that 30-second window right before your attack officially starts, since it is a 3 minutes counting down. Back in the previous meta, when the golden tickets were being earned, these attacks were tripling in around 60 seconds. But now that's completely changed with hard mode. It's gotten incredibly different from when they qualified, but let's see now as Super Barbarians are coming in, and again, we're gonna see now Electro Titans. They are coming in with similar attack strategies across the board.
Yeah, really, again, only a couple of adjustments. Having the main push with the Electro Titans and then bringing this time around Ice Golems instead of the Golem itself. I would assume because we have single Inferno Towers, which tend to be quite effective versus high hit point troops, and the Ice Golems are a little bit more than effective and countering exactly that. We have the main push in the core. The King, though, has to get close enough to open up the compartment towards the Town Hall.
And notice the way he's doing this attack. He's breaking it down. First, use an early Warden ability to help protect the King so that the Earthquake Boots can open up the layer leading into the Town Hall. And now we have the Super Minions coming out of the Siege Barracks, joining in with the Royal Champ as there was Skeleton spells being deployed, and then the Super Barbarian's going to come around the backside of this base as everything is coming together.
Everything is coming together indeed, because the Town Hall is already gone. The Royal Champion, in combination with some supportive Super Barbarians and some as well Super Minions on the outside. The Druids are joining up there as well. He still has even the Archer Queen ability right now, Corbin.
Wow, the Queen ability still intact. We do have an Invis that is now used on the Royal Champ. Can she stay alive as this Tesla Farm is picking her off? No Phoenix on her. Hang on here as he continues into this with the Queen ability, 1 super wall breaker. So he can open up the wall leading into the multi, and the Queen, she's going to reach over, grab the Builder Hut, but we still have a full health Barbarian King left.
Oh, that is going to be close. The Archer Queen going really close. There's the Healer Puppet in combination with the Mirror equipment. The Barbarian King. Where's the attack? No, the Giant Bomb actually took down in the Spring Trap. Are you kidding me? Those traps might have changed the attack, but can the Magic Mirror actually take it down?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Tornado Trap as well.
There you go, and he gets the 3-star. That was close. A deep breath there, and Einstein delivers, keeping the 3 stars rolling in against the team like Navi. The pressure has to be insane. Wow, incredible stuff that they're pulling off here.
He has a smile as well. I mean, that finish was really, really close. The Giant Bomb into the Spring Trap, into like the Tornado Trap. That was close, to say the least. But hey, he was pushing it over the limit, getting that 3-star. That's all what matters at this point. Time out of the window. It is all about just the consistency of 3-starring your opponents, and that's what he did here.
And the next attacker we're going to have for Navi is going to be the one and only Klaus. And I asked their team, is there anything that the fans don't know about you guys that would be very interesting to share here? Well, Gaku said that they actually don't voice their overcoms during their attacks. They don't do any communication. They fully trust in their teammates' abilities to do their attacks, which I just found insane. You have so much experience playing at the competitive level. We're always in their ear, helping provide the feedback, of providing the scouting. So let's see if Klaus can get this done.
Can Klaus get it done without the help of his team? Or, I mean, we see, I think right now, Stars looking over, seeing, okay, is that the right army? Is Klaus maybe going a bit crazy again with the creativity? But it seems like it's going to be a Lalo. So it's understandable that Stars was as well taking a look at that strategy, at that army composition. But we have, again, a really, really interesting opening because we have no lightnings.
Okay, it's going to be sending these heroes, diving into the core of this base, as it looks like the king is being placed into the multi to run there. They did have, if I noticed, the spiky ball, so maybe he tries to pair in a spiky ball to get some incredible value here, as a queen is following behind this ice, leading into the defending queen, and there's the earthquake boots. Spiky ball flies across the outside as the royal champ is now coming in right behind him, and as he invests the rage spell for her.
I could see that he's combining the Earthquake with the Royal Champ exactly like that, because this means the Spear is taking like few less shots versus every single defense, which means that you're saving those important shots and you can then take down more buildings overall. This is why he brought this Earthquake, making sure that he gets few more shots off to get more value. And it feels like half of the base is already gone at this point.
And that was a brilliant free spell that he used so that the Ice Golems didn't get lured to the Royal Champion, so that I was able to grab the multi. But he does find a Tornado Trap that is pulling this blimp away from the Town Hall, slowly coming back as the Lalo is continuing up and around towards the Royal Champion. But we still have a Poison spell waiting up there, so he does invest the freeze, but the Poison did get launched.
But how do you counter the Poison Tower? That's right, with the heal spell. Another freeze, keeping that queen in place. Making sure those Loons having no problems whatsoever to get through those defenses. And take a look at that. He is delivering, getting this incredible value with his heroes. The Lala was clean, even though we had the Tornado Trap right there. He was wrecking perfectly.
Yeah, Klaus delivering, getting the 3-star there. Now it's going to put the pressure on General X. During the qualifiers, he was always voted the MVP of so many matches. And let's see if he can be that here today.
Can he be the hero for his team? Because remember, we are playing a group stage, which means we have 3 teams in this group, and the first 2 are getting out of it, getting to the 3rd day of this competition, which means every win is just so important, because those teams have just 2 games. It's just 2 games, and based on that, you are going to either make it or dropping out of this tournament, dropping out of this year's World competition.
The pressure on General X now to deliver, and an awesome story about him. He's been playing Clash with his father for so long, since he's been playing the game, but his mother actually started playing Clash a year ago just so she could understand what's happening on the broadcast, since he's been qualifying all these many tournaments. And she's now, I believe, a Town Hall 13, so she's been putting in some work there, so incredible. So we're gonna see what General X can now do with all the pressure coming onto him. So General X, good luck.
He has to deliver, and is he going to do it? Is he going to bring 5 times? Wait, what? That is a different strategy. What is going on here? Maybe the base did not really fit their style, but they're going in with the Lalo as well, with the Zap Lalo to be more specific. And this means they are bringing a Golem. They're bringing the Ice Golem. They want to have a really, really big hero dive to get as much value as possible with their heroes early on.
As the Lightning gets that initial value here, we have the Golem toward the top side helping tank that King. Queen is being deployed up there as well, followed by balloons and a Baby Dragon to the top side. We're going to see some wall breakers so the King can go get that multi-archer tower. The Royal Champ has been placed to the far left side so she can get some value, maybe even in multi-target Inferno. The scatter shot looks like they can be taken down by the King, as he's going to slowly get pulled in as the Clan Castle now gets lured out.
I'm wondering if he was trying to get towards the tunnel with those Earthquake boots, because it was really, really close. Not getting the Town Hall might be a factor of this one, but no, he has still the Blimp selected, and he's going in from the top right side to send that Blimp and combine it with the Warden ability.
There was a lot of seeking air mines right there, so that Hound popped instantly as we find a Tornado Trap and a bunch of red air bombs. Was this perfectly predicted by Na'Vi to try to potentially stop it, but we're going to have Yetis? Yes, Yetis come out. That's a safe choice for the Blimp to help secure this Town Hall.
But there's still a lot of base left on the back end. A multi-thrower tower, scatter shot, multi-archer tower. There is another Hound now. Getting sent in, he has 2 more freezes. He has to make those count now.
And he freezes that scatter, he needs these balloons to get into there. A lot of the balloons have got taken down. We do have there's a Diggy moving around with that Queen. The balloons are trying to path their way to the bottom side into the multi. Remember, it doesn't have to be a 3-star since Yada didn't get it, but he's celebrating, he's liking it. He's moving his way through, and General X is gonna get it there for Synchronic.
What an incredible play, really pushing those troops in, knowing where to use the freezes, where to use the haste to push his loons to reinforce the main starting portion of the Lalo. And even though there was the Tornado Trap, there were those red mines, but those were missing then on the back end.
It was missing indeed, and congratulations, Synchronic gets the very first victory here of Superfest. They won't be playing in match 2, they'll come back in match 3. Na'Vi is gonna be able to now take on MTFY next. So Synchronic is gonna be able to see kind of how everything is going down, because if Na'Vi doesn't win the next match, then they're gonna be out, because you can't, if you lose